Hello, friends. Susan Axelrod here, Confidence Coach. I am going to be trying something new today with my Facebook Live at 5. I have had an idea to create a program. It's been rolling around in my mind how to do it. It keeps coming to me that it should be for women. Then I thought it could be for working women. But as I've been thinking about it, I've realized that it doesn't have to be only for women, that this idea can really serve many people. And that is the idea of a brief retreat right here, right online. Retreats are so wonderful in that they give you the opportunity to get away and sometimes be in nature, sometimes have spiritual teachers and thought leaders and really get away from life. It's nice if you can go to a retreat, but I find that it's not that easy to get away. And there's a lot of competing things in both time and money to be able to get away for a whole retreat. Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming on and joining me for this cool and unusual session. We are going to do a 20-minute retreat right here, right now. So this is new. It's the first time I've done that. So I'm going to try to keep an eye on my clock up in the left-hand corner of my screen. You'll see me look over there periodically to make sure I'm staying on track. The agenda for today for our 20-minute retreat is first centering. We're going to breathe and stretch. I'm going to lead you through that. Then I'm going to do a little bit of coaching. I'm going to talk about a topic related to this retreat today. Then we're going to do a little bit of journaling. So I hope you have a notebook with you or scrap paper or anything at all. You can do it on your phone if you want. And then we're going to do a little bit of grounding. I have a beautiful original guided meditation that I wrote that I'm going to share with you today. So that is the agenda for this 20-minute retreat. So let's get started by doing centering. I want to invite you to sit your body up. Sit your body up. We spend so much time in this hunched position over the keyboard or over the phone or doing work, whatever it is. So I want to invite you to just take a moment and sit your body up and stretch it back. Stretch your shoulders back and down gently. Now take a breath in. Let it out. And keep stretching your back up and shoulders back. Really stretch here in the middle. And I'm going to invite you to look all the way to one side and stretch your muscles, your neck muscles. You may recognize this as my breathing stop. Take in a breath. Let it out. And now we're going to stretch all the way, look all the way to the other side. So important to stretch our neck muscles and all the way up. Very gently and all the way down. Stretch your upper body again. You could stretch your whole body if you're standing and take in another breath. I love that. That's called my breathing stop. And I start meetings with it. I start coaching sessions with it sometimes. And I decided to start our 20-minute retreat with the breathing stop. Okay. I am going to do a little bit of coaching now for just a few minutes. This is a coaching idea, not so much a tool. Generally, my tools come out of my ideas. I may make one, but this is something that I have learned myself. I talked about just the other night in a keynote speech that I did for a group of working women. And I knew that I wanted to share it with you for this 20-minute retreat. This idea is that the worries that you carry in your mind and the negative thoughts that you carry in your mind actually take time. They take time away from you. I am experienced in this. It's no secret. I've shared it many times before that I suffered from anxiety and a bit of depression. And so I know what it's like to have these negative thoughts in your mind. Sometimes they're racing, and sometimes they're just floating. Sometimes they're just floating and staying there. What happens when you have these worries or negative thoughts is you're not clear. You're not really fully conscious. You're not really in clear awareness. Your mind is imposed upon. Your actual mind, your body, your soul, your being, and your time. They're all imposed upon. They're a little not stilted, I guess is the word, or a little suppressed. And you actually lose a little bit of your brain activity. You lose a little bit of your mind by these thoughts that perseverate in your mind. So worries and negative thoughts are two different things, but both of them steal time. Most people, if they're asked, do you have enough time in your day? Most people will say no. The people who say I have too much time in my day are people who retired and did not plan anything for the entire second half of their life. But as you know, that's my work. So that's something that I'm single-handedly trying to change. But the rest of us who are really in life, we have this feeling, this sense all the time, I don't have time, I don't have time, I'm so busy, I'm so busy. You hear that. You hear people talking about it. You hear people at work talking about it. You hear your friends or your family members talking about it on the phone. And you may have that sense yourself that time is elusive to you. You may wake up and jump out of bed and go right into your day, racing from one thing to the next. You may drop in bed at the end of the day, kind of feeling fatigued and exhausted. There's all kinds of ways that this manifests itself. So that's what I really want to share with you today, to help you realize that the worries that you have on your mind are stealing time away from you. The worries are things that we're thinking about from the past or worrying about in the future, right? The things that stick with us from the past, the old sadness, the old anger, the old resentment. That was my thing, resentment. The old negative feelings of inadequacy of growing up. I listened to a podcast today by someone who is so excellent in every way. And he shared kind of freely on the podcast how much of his life he has felt inadequate. But if you knew this person and you heard him, you'd be like, this is the most adequate person God ever made. But yet here he is, human, having these human feelings of inadequacy. And you probably may be familiar, I'm not the person who came up with the idea that all those things in the past are gone and out of your control. And all those things that you spend time worrying about in the future, what if this happens? What if that happens? How's it gonna go? How's it gonna go? All of that is out of your control. And right, it's out of your control. It's back here or it's up there. And what's in the middle? What's in the middle of this? Now. And so what is in our control? For those of you who have joined me live, I want to thank you so much. And for you, you made a choice. I'm going to spend my time doing this little 20-minute retreat. Or for any of you watching by video, thank you for watching. You've made a choice also to spend this time here and now, just having a few minutes right here in this moment. And so that's what I want to leave you with for this coaching idea, that worry and negative thoughts actually steal time from you. And if you can somehow begin to get control of your mind, of these things that race through your mind that affect you all the time. I have one client who says, I wake up in the morning overwhelmed. The minute I wake up, whoosh, all the overwhelm and contemplate it. And I hope that you will see if you can work with that a little bit. Now, we're going to move on to the next part of our retreat. And we are going to spend a few minutes journaling. We are. One of the antidotes to worries and negative thoughts are writing it out, getting it out of your mind onto paper. So I'm going to look at my little timer right now, and I'm going to invite you right now in real time, right here, to open your notebook, or you can type it if you want, or put it on your phone, whatever. And I want to invite you to take a few minutes to write down the worries that are on your mind. Go ahead. I'm going to say a few more things, but I want to invite you to get started with that right now. While you're writing, I just want to say that when you write down, you think actively of the worries that are in your mind and you write them down. There's a little bit of magic that happens, and you get them from here, all the way through here. I'm left-handed, and you write them out onto paper in black and white, unless you have a pink pen like I do. You write them out, and then your brain function can actually see them differently than your mind function, where they just kind of float around and take control a little bit. This also happens with negative thoughts. These negative kind of self-hating thoughts, as I call them, that most of us do have. It's very normal to have these thoughts. They also take up space, and they are like weeds stuck, they crawl down in your mind. So you could feel free to also write out any negative thoughts that you have. We're not going to do anything with this today. I'm not going to do anything. This is only a 20-minute retreat, right? But I want to invite you to keep writing these thoughts. They don't have to make sense. It can be just data dump, or you can write them out in some kind of order if you want. And then later, another time, you can look at them and see them in black and white as they are, in concrete form as they are. And then maybe you can begin to figure out how to let some things go, like a thread. I call that, letting that float away. Some people say you imagine it on a cloud floating away. Some of the things you could just let go. Some of the things you can address. You can make a plan for them. Some of the things you may be able to prioritize, put in priority order. And those things that are low on the priority list, eventually they drop off the bottom. And then what's left is more of a core for you to understand of what really is on your mind. So I'm going to just be quiet for a minute, and I'm just going to sit here quietly and let you finish for about another minute or two. Okay, 10 more seconds. Okay, so I hope that you got something out from your mind onto paper. And I hope that another time, a little bit later, when you can look at these things in black and white and have a little bit of conversation with yourself about them. Why is it worrying me? How does it serve me to be worried about this? How can I reframe that negative thought? I have one of my videos that I did on the positive reframe. I can do that again another time, but I have lots of tools for reframing and mindset transformation. So now I'm going to have you set your writing aside. And I really want to encourage you, if you don't have a journaling practice, journaling was one of the things that really, truly, well, many things changed my life, and journaling was one of them. So if you don't have a regular journaling practice, I want to encourage you to consider trying that maybe. Okay, so now let's take another little stretch and a little breath. Shake it out a little bit. Clear the mind a little bit. Take another breath. Oops. Okay. Now, I am going to share with you at this time a guided meditation. If you would like, you may sit up. You can cross your legs. You can sit comfortably. You can open your palms to really relax your body. You could lie down. You could be sitting at your desk, listening to your earpiece, whatever it is for you. I just want to invite you to get comfortable. Take a breath. This meditation is called What Do I Know? What do I know? What do I really know? What can I know for sure? Take a moment to breathe now. Breathe in and breathe out. If you're comfortable having your eyes closed, you can breathe again. Let's explore together the depths of self. Feel your body first. Do a scan now from your toes to your crown. Feel yourself sitting. Feel your core supporting you, your back straight, your shoulders comfortably down. Feel yourself relax. Breathe again, in and out. Let's explore together the depths of self, that which we can know. What does it take for my soul to shine? It takes confidence. It takes calm. But where do I find them? They elude me. Often I am in pain. I am in physical pain for not having tended to my best health, to my body, to my nutrition, to rest, to hydration, to exercise. Often I am in confusion for not having tended to my mind. I spend too much time on electronics and neglect myself or others. I don't read. I don't discuss lofty or spiritual thoughts. I simply exist or respond to that which is around me. Often I am in depression for not having tended to my soul. I ignore nature's beauty, rain, and resulting rainbows. I ignore God's creatures and the miracle of their existence. I ignore my imagination and the creative outlet it can offer me. I ignore song and the passion it can invoke in my heart. I ignore giving to others and the resulting justice that supports our world. So where do I find confidence, calm, and how do I connect to my soul's yearning to breathe freely, to live joyfully, and to celebrate God's love and to know? The answer is to explore the depths of yourself. Make time to take mindful breaths. Appreciate your lungs. Make time to ask yourself and others thought-provoking questions. Connect intellectually and stimulate your brain. Make time to sing and dance, to paint and play. Activate your soul. She yearns for you to see her, to feel her, to connect, to touch, to know her. This then will help you to know yourself and to know that others may not be as they seem. Don't assume you know them. Just love them as they are, for who they are, however they are. What if we are distracted? What if we neglect the miraculous body we have? Are we not still loved by the universal source of all that is? What if we cause pain? Are we not still loved? And what of the person who causes us pain? What do you know of them? What do you really know? Might there be pain or confusion or depression in that person? Imagine that he or she is simply doing the best they can, as do we, day in and day out. What do I know? What do I really know? What do I know for sure? Take a moment now to consider. And when you're ready, breathe again and open your eyes. Feel your feet solidly grounded on the floor and breathe through the blessing of this foundation. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this 20-minute retreat. And I want to ask you to let me know in the comment lines, either now you could share it with me, or if you're watching this as a video, you can write #replay and let me know if this served you. That's all for now. Take care, everyone. Have a good evening. Bye.